Hi,
Hi.
I'm Max, knitwear designer, co-founder of Les Garçons, and by the time you're watching this, I'll be in New York, New York.
Hi, Vincent. I'm a yarn dyer, also co-owner of the Garçons, and I'm obsessed with the new Shania Twain album. Giddy up, giddy up.
It is so good and so tacky at the same time. It's super catchy. This could be a
Yeah.
great Eurovision song for us if
Yes.
we were
Or as Remy said it, RuPaul's like
best
uh
friend race.
one of RuPaul's song.
A lip sync song, yeah.
Yeah, lip sync. No, not lip sync. Like the when they have at the end of the season to write
Okay,
verse for a song. Like
so
it could be like the main track and then each queen. Yeah.
so it's a RuPaul quality type of song. That's what you
But
said.
it's good.
I know.
And what are we drinking? Do you know? No, you don't.
No, because you just
I
Googled
admit.
it today.
Shh, don't
Shh.
reveal the secrets. It's called an unusual Negroni cocktail.
Are we both having the same?
Yes. Yes, because they were out of the other one that
Oh,
I wanted. And it's one part gin, one part Aperol, and one part Lillet Blanc because we need to finish it in 4 weeks. Because when once you
three
open the
weeks.
bottle, well, like now 2 weeks.
Oh, shit.
Yes. So
And we're just
cheers.
like doing just this much.
Yes. Bottoms up.
Yep. Cheers. This past 2 weeks we didn't do that much. I think it's gonna be the same thing I'm gonna say each time because we're
Yeah.
always just watching TV and knitting, which
Yeah.
is
And it's
totally
the
fine by
winter.
us.
It's the winter.
Yeah.
It was super cold. We got minus 27 Celsius, which is minus 17 Fahrenheit because I googled it yesterday,
Okay.
or today. I don't remember. Uh, but at night it would like feels like minus 40 Celsius, which is minus 40 Fahrenheit. So it was super cold.
Did we beat record with the cold or
Yes, it was
okay?
the coldest night in like for a very long time in Montreal. So it was super cold. We stayed in. So that's why we don't do
And we
anything.
played rock paper scissors of who has to dress up the dog and take her outside
Yes.
because she was still asking to go outside. I'm like, do you know it's cold? Like,
we
watch the weatherman and just understand that it's freakingly cold outside. No one want to go out.
yeah.
And we always wanted to teach her how to poop in the tub. She's not interested. Because no, she's super clean. She never does anything inside while we're
Yeah.
taking her outside. That's why it's a little running
But
joke.
yeah, she was yeah, I didn't want to bring her outside.
No.
Yeah.
But we managed to watch a movie.
Yes.
I haven't watched any horror movies since my teenage year because I hate them. I do not like to be stressed. I don't like the rush of adrenaline that you get. I do not like roller coaster. Like all those things are no fun to me. But
So boring.
and you love them, but I hate jump scares. It's not something I
Oh,
like.
but it's you're like
I do not like this emotion.
oh, yeah,
Just
I
no,
like it. I
no,
love it.
no. And I found a YouTube channel from Alanda Parker, and she's a millennial that watch old horror movies and she reacts to them. Well, for her, they're old. So she watched like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, all those.
Classics.
Well, they are classic, and Freddy and all those ones. So I watched her watch them because these movies I've never seen. Well, I've seen Scream and because I was young at that time and I peer pressure had to go see them with my friends at the
Yeah.
theater. So because of that, I sort of started to be more into the horror
Genre.
genre without watching them. But again, TikTok made me do it. Megan trended big time with the dance sequence, and she looked quite like a fun ride. And everywhere I was reading that she's now a new gay icon.
Yeah, she's not.
Well, she
Ugh.
was fierce. Like, when she wake up and she was disheveled, it was plenty of meme out of it. So I said let's watch it, and you were like, let's do it, and it wasn't that scary. It wasn't scary at all. I jumped one place. That's it.
It also wasn't that good. That's why it wasn't scary.
Yeah, it's a mix of I laughed the whole time, and I don't think you were meant to laugh.
Yeah, well, no, I think yeah, it's supposed to be funny, kind of. It's like, it has comic relief.
Yeah.
Like, it has those parts that you're like, okay, that's funny, but it's not gore enough to be gory, and it's not scary enough to be a scary movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the theme is scary because it's heading there.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they've announced that they're gonna be doing a Megan 2.
Yeah.
Because it was super popular. So I think this one is gonna be more campy, a bit like Hocus Pocus when they did the follow-up.
Hocus Pocus was scarier than Megan.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't watch it as a kid because I was too scared. Just to give you an idea of my standard of horror. But yeah. We watched that, and it's not the opening doors for other movies, by the way. Because the last one I watched was It with you.
Yeah.
Because everyone said the movie was actually really good, not just scary.
Yeah,
I was scared
good.
shitless the whole time. And what did you do?
I watched a movie.
No. You fell asleep.
Yes.
How can you fall asleep on It? I never watched the part 2 because of...
Did I watch part 2?
No.
Yeah,
maybe
yes,
plane.
I did. Yes, I did, but yeah, in the plane.
And-
That's when I watch horror movies. Either when he's away and I invite friends over so we can watch scary movies, or I watch them by myself, which I sometimes do, but then it's kind of boring to watch a movie. Yeah, or in the plane, and then.
But not all... No. We took a plane
Yes.
in the US, but at that time you couldn't pick your movie. It was something playing
No, it was
on
like
TV.
it was kind of TV, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a United flight, and I was scrolling through the channels, kind of, and it was the beginning of Final Destination, the first one, where
the thing you
they
don't
were
want
in
to
the
think
plane,
about. Yeah.
and then the guy has a vision that the plane's gonna blow up, and then they get out of the plane, and then the plane blows up. Yeah, it was that, and he wouldn't let me
Nope.
watch it.
Nope. There's an action movie now playing with it was the guy in The Good Wife and
Yes,
Jared Butler,
yes.
and they have a plane accident, and I'm taking a plane this week, so I just didn't want to watch it before. Now we're talking a lot about planes, so I'm gonna think about it, but my goal was not to.
So horror movies, yeah. Well, I watched it. What did I watch? Scream 5 in the plane. I watched. Nope. Is that the name? Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I watched Nope. In the plane. It was good. Scream 5 was good. Yeah.
I did though rewatch all the Scream this week, because they're just like a thriller more than a scary movie. The first one.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Wasn't as scary.
anyway.
And-
In other news,
You've created a monster, guys,
well,
by encouraging him even more in your
Yes.
air fryer saga.
Okay, so a lot of questions in the comments. I did answer most of them, but I'm gonna tell you. The first air fryer that we got was the Ninja 3.3 liters. Like, it's the small one, like a Ninja air fryer. But then I saw, and because we were using it so much, I saw that there was one with 2 baskets to make 2 things at the same time, and I bought it.
Again, without...
Well, I first asked Remy Dyer if he wanted, with his boyfriend, to buy the
not so used.
not so used smaller version that I had, because I knew they kind of wanted one, And
Every time you're talking about the hair fryer with someone, they're all like, "Ooh, this is something I've been
yes.
interested in." So
So they kind of want one, and I know that they don't have that much, which we don't either, but
counter space.
counter space and everything. So I said, if you buy mine, if I tell you that I'm selling you my air fryer, will you buy it? And then he bought it, so I could buy the two basket one.
So we've been two basketing
Two
things for the
basket.
past week. Potatoes, chicken.
Yes, full meals, right?
That's true. That's true.
Here we go. So that's it. That was it on the air fryer news.
What's the name of this one?
It's also a Ninja. It's the I don't remember. It's the 8 liters capacity type thing, like twice 4. So like one basket is even a little bit bigger than the one we had, but now we have 2.
But you got 2 books from America's Test Kitchen.
Yes.
Healthy
Air fryer and then perfect air fryer. Like small books, like if got them on Amazon. They're a soft cover. They're $25 Canadian each. We haven't tried much in them.
You did the potatoes?
I did the fries, and we're having chicken tonight from that book.
Chicken a la air fried.
Yes.
And by the time you're watching this, I'm actually in New York. We're recording this earlier than usual because I'm leaving Thursday morning to go to New York with my friend Tanya. We're gonna go see a show on Thursday night, Chicago, with Jinx Monsoon. It's gonna be doing a role for the next few weeks. We have no plan for Friday, and then Saturday is Vogue Knitting Live in New York, which I'm super excited about because it's been 3 years since we went to the...
Yeah, we went in January 2020.
And it's always fun to see friends, people you see online that you never get to actually chat with, as long as seeing them in people. We have dinner plans Saturday night, which is going to be fun. And then we're flying back on Sunday afternoon, which I'm really happy that it's not last week we were in New York because it was so cold, and so far it's looking to be a nice weather.
Oh,
the only stop I know we want to do is go to Mood to shop for some fabric and maybe get you a little something if I find something, but I think I'm gonna have to dig a lot.
Yes,
because there's a lot of
fabric at Mood.
And did they replace, because Swatch is their dog that we were always seeing in Project Runway? When we were there last time, we didn't get to see him.
I think he
passed away. But do you know if they have a new,
I don't know if they have a new Swatch.
I'd love to
I don't know if they have a new Swatch.
So yeah, this is what we've been up to for the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
Am I wrong or I'm seeing double?
Look at that.
What did you finish?
I finished my House of Diamond. Whoa. Brain freeze. Not brain freeze, brain lag. Finished it just in time on Thursday night. Blocked it immediately for it to be dry by the photo shoot on Saturday.
Yep, because we took the photo last week and then we released it a few days after. You were actually redoing the bind off while we were setting up the lighting. Yeah,
I bind off like super tight. Even if I use bigger needles, like this one's fine, but this one is tight. No, it's still okay. Like it's not, but it's still tighter than this one. Anyway.
So I'm wearing the original, the one that was designed in. I started that design during COVID. While I had COVID, I had to redo the yoke twice because I made a stupid mistake while brain fog, just not being concentrated, and I didn't mind redoing it again. Really happy with the color I chose. Mine is natural. Edith's Butler, then Remy's Peach.
Yes.
It has a folded collar and twisted ribbing. Really long cuff that are meant to be over the palm.
Yeah, mine are even like...
Yeah, even a bit longer.
Yep.
You could actually really
Yeah, I love
This is
them.
easily customizable.
Yes.
There's a folded hem here too. I just played around with all the little finishing for this one. It's my way of like playing around with something traditional but making it a little bit modern while
Yep.
adding the little highlights here like in the video games with the little shadows here. And we picked your colors for Tanya. You actually made
Yep.
it's fit you perfectly.
Yes. I'm gonna stand up to show it. Just gonna move over here. Yeah, so you see like the ham. It's like it has quite of a lot of ease. Because it's was meant for Tanya's bust, which I don't have. But I still like really, really love it. It's super warm. I'm cooking under here. And then I adjusted the sleeves so that they were a little less roomy than what the pattern called for this size, because this is 2 sizes above the size I would have made normally with the recommended ease. But it's still now it has about 12 inches, I think, of ease in around the chest.
It doesn't look like it's
No, I think it's because of the dark colors is kind
or
of
your tension too. I don't know because it's it drops well. Because I would have expected something with 12 inches of ease to be more droopy.
Yeah, but I did like cast on fewer stitches in the underarm, and then I decreased immediately. So I think that this helps a lot. But there's like plenty of room, like,
and it's on our.
But it's super comfortable and it falls like very well on me.
It's on our British DK, which is Masham wool and BFL. Am I?
Yes.
25, 75? Is that
75% Blueface Leicester BFL and 25% Massam.
I love it so much.
Yes, it's
so soft and still.
It's soft. It's like we said. I think we said it last episode. It's like rustic, but it's not itchy rustic. It's just non-superwash wool.
It's rustic without the negative.
Yeah, it's natural wool. It's non-superwash, so it has a little grip on it, but it's not itchy. It's perfect for color work. Like I said, I didn't catch any floats. Nowhere. I had to redo some stuff, especially where there's the little points here. Yeah. I had to redo that row.
I'm glad you did because it's perfect like that.
Thank you. Really proud of it, and I'm gonna wear it when it's next time it's minus 27 Celsius.
Good for you. Yeah. I love it a lot. I'm so happy. It's the first time we're twinning with one with a sweater.
Well, we're gonna have another one soon.
Yeah, sure. I thought you were looking for Lola, like
no,
making her a small version. Oh my god! And so it's named the House of Diamond.
Yes.
Because the little diamond and House of Diamond felt a little play on words, something fun and nice. Finding names for sweaters or shawl. If you don't find it in the first 30 seconds while designing, it's gonna be so difficult, honestly. Because love a good pun, but sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
And I finished something too. Did you have anything else to add, or?
No, that was it. We talked about it a lot with the whips, but now it's done.
It's now available on Ravelry in our shop too.
That's it. We're going to show you. We have kits for it.
Yeah, later on.
That we'll show later on in the podcast.
I did finish a hat. This little cutie.
Yes.
Show it nicely.
Put it on.
No. No. If there's a doctor here or someone with a medical
degree.
Yeah. Hats on me are weird. There's only one type of hat one type of beanie they can wear and look good, and same thing with a cap.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything can look weird. Like I love this one. On you it looks amazing. On me it looks a little bit
Yes.
weird. And this has nothing to do with the design. It has
No,
everything
because
to do with my head.
it looks very good on me, and I won't put it on because
Your hair.
But I have another one that I'm gonna put on.
And
So
it's so weird because our friend Jean-Philippe came the other day and he designed a lot of hats and he put it on everyone tried his hat. Everyone looked nice. And then I put it on and everyone was like, ew,
yeah.
like cringy.
Yep.
And I don't know if because of the shape of my face. So
And it's not like a personal opinion, like because everybody agrees he looks crazy.
but I love wearing hats. But the one that fits me the most are the one that I will buy for $5 at a shop, and these are the one I have to wear because these are the other one that looks really nice on me. I did one hat though of Jean-Philippe, the Bois de Coulanges, that looked really nice, and
Yeah.
I wore a lot. I showed it in one of the first episode, Rastus hat that I've made
Yeah.
with our yak sock. I wore this one a lot.
That's
Otherwise,
true.
weird. But this one, I didn't mind if it was gonna look weird at the end because I knew you were gonna be able to love it, to wear it. It could be a great shop sample too.
Yeah.
And it's actually super long. You could wait. These are the colors
Yeah,
I've used.
that's the. We'll show it.
That it's sort of weird because I blocked it when it was folded.
Oh,
It is, I think, 17-inch of ribbing you have to do. It's a top down, which was really fun to do because you do the whole part where you increase. Every round is written instruction, and once you're done, you only have to do the ribbing until the end. So the complicated part, and it's not complicated at all, is done, and then it's just like TV knitting,
Yeah.
social knitting, and you don't have to be like, I'm gonna put it on the side and finish it at home. No, you've did the hard part already, and you can try it as you go, which was fun. This is something I like, being able to try things, but it
Yes.
doesn't work all the time.
You should see
And then you fold it once.
every
Fold it.
night.
I know. It's a ritual now.
We're like, okay, we're going to bed, and he has to try on whatever he's making. Like he gets up, goes in front of the mirror, put the little hat, put the little
Just ribbing.
sweater.
Yeah.
It's just ribbing. It's a shawl. It's like it's that much of a shawl. And he's like, oh,
I need to know if it fits well. But you know what? When I did the first yoke of this, I was too sick to try it on each night, and it was ill-fitting. See? My thing
See?
works. This works for me. But then when I have a little yoke, I go in front of Vincent and I twirl around on it a little bit until he says something nice, because otherwise I don't move.
Yeah.
That's how a relationship works. See something nice so I can move on. So here it is. It didn't took the whole it took like 3/4, even a bit more than half of each skein. I
Yeah. let's-
don't think you can make two hats out of these, but you can make one easily,
So it's one skein of British 4-ply.
which is this base, but
Yeah.
on fingering.
And just so you know, because we get a lot of questions, it's called British 4-ply because in the UK and maybe in other places, but mainly we know mainly of the UK, they call their fingering weight 4-ply because before it was 4-plies, but this only has 2-plies. So it's a 2-ply, but it's called a 4-ply. So it's confusing.
I remember being
Confused by that.
no, on Knitpicks, their fingering yarn was called sock yarn, but there
Yeah.
were no nylon in it. And I
Yeah.
was buying these sock yarn when I was beginning, thinking they would make great socks, but their holes were
Oh, yeah.
appearing.
So it's called British 4-ply. It's a 2-ply fingering weight yarn. Same blend, 75% Blueface Leicester and 25% Massam wool. And this is our mohair silk, like you've seen many dyers have. It's 74. Oh, it has the wrong
Oh no,
label on it.
no, I didn't find the right
Oh,
one.
okay. Uh,
Because these are new colors that I'll be
yeah,
launching
new
soon,
colors.
and I just took.
Okay, so
the
I
label
think
over
it's
there.
72% mohair and 28% silk by heart. But yeah, so same colorway in both, and the Massam. Yeah.
You get a
Well,
preview.
that's not how you wear
I
hats.
know, but
That would make a great TikTok.
said the old person.
Like a great short. Like
Who am I?
anyway. Yeah, same colorway, Kirby's pink in yeah, this. Also finished a hat. Mine is also in one of our new colorway. Nick's current obsession, and also Vincent's current obsession.
Did you use one or two skeins? I took just one. I wasn't sure.
It's two skeins.
Okay.
Well, one in a third of a second one, or one in a half of the second one.
Okay.
And I'm also made a big 2x2 hat.
But you cheated. It's an Aaron weight. Aaron weight. Mine was
Yes.
well,
Well,
DK.
DK
Yep.
kind of. It's also like a very long, like you can see also. It's double folded or triple layer of brim, and mine is bottom up. I didn't do the top down. It's a personal pattern. I didn't follow any pattern, but it's an easy, like, cast on this many stitches and then knit until you get to the decreases. And then I did the decreases pretty simply every other round. I might just write the pattern for, I don't know, like a gift with purchase or maybe beginner tutorial.
Because it was meant to try out the new base, to have
Yeah.
a project made out of it to make. Because this game, we all find it super squishy and we all fell
Yeah.
in love with it. But being able to see a finished
Yes.
object
and
with it is always.
let me try it on, see how it looks.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So it's like just long enough. Oh, I look great. I'm gonna take off. So yeah, I have glasses too because I'm an old person now. They're my when your eyes are tired glasses. So yeah, it's like just long enough so that it has a little thing up here, little boop. Fits me well, keeps me super warm. I wore it when I went to the grocery store when it was minus 27. My head was fine.
How's your head?
Never had any complaints.
No,
And-
put this one now. So
And I
people can see
did
it.
have, and it kind of fits my hair bun, my man bun.
Yeah.
Ugh, man bun. Oh, look.
It's
fits
really
me
pretty. Yeah,
Fits me well too.
goes really well with the sweater.
Yep.
Maybe it's from the same dyer.
Well, I don't think that the colors are particularly good. They're not. Yeah. There we go. Great hats. So 2 hats for,
Vincent, 0
Oh,
for
wow.
me.
yeah, 2 hats for me, 0 for Max. There you go. I'm gonna put them both here on my side.
Claim it as your own.
Yes. So yeah, it took one full skein and then a little bit of second one. I will weigh it to make to figure out how much it
Because
took, and I used 5mm needles, so US 8. Yes, that's what I used.
how many yards is in this one?
It's 181 yards.
Yeah, you will always need 2 skein. To
Yeah,
make a,
well,
a
to
double-
make like a double brim, yes. Yeah. I did swatch, like I had a little swatch that took about 10 grams or something. Just so I knew which needles to start with. And then, yeah, the the gauge was about 18 stitches with 5mm needle in stockinette, but then in ribbing it was
It's different,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's different, but yeah, 1.5 skein. Yeah, very simple hat. That's it.
Simplicity at its best.
Yes.
I finished something else, which
Look at us finishing things.
I know, which means that maybe next episode nothing's going to be finished because we're
Yes.
gonna have to
Well,
start
it's gonna
another
be like
project.
mini whips.
Maybe. Like it looked like a little fluffy pancake.
Burrito.
Burrito pancake. Well, but it's a burrito isn't as soft as
Well, a pancake is not rolled up.
no, but it's
Okay.
it's a souffle. It's fluffy.
What?
I don't know.
No, it's not food.
I know.
It's a shawl.
And it smells so nice. I tried the Pro Soho
Oh yeah.
wool wash. I did a design with Moondrake. She launched a new fiber.
No, it's Moonbeat. No.
No. Well, wait until I tell you how I'm gonna name this one. It's a collaboration with Moondrake. She launched a new base not so long ago, which is Fuya Fuya. It's mainly 75 cashmere, 25 alpaca, I think. Don't quote me on the percentage, but it's those breeds together. And she had her own colorway of spin cycle dyed in the wool, which is called Moonbeam. Look at me being articulated and having all my words right.
Your what? Word?
Forget what I
Words?
just said, but yeah. And I'm thinking of naming this shawl actually Moonbumps.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
there's
think it
bu-
was suggested in the comments.
And I found it because
Did you find it there?
I think so.
Okay.
Because
Well,
I thought
we
about
can find who wrote that and then
and say thank you.
say thank you and maybe send them a little gift.
These things look like speed bumps you could find outside.
Yep.
And this to me felt too much relaxed and calm than speed bump with the word speed in it. So when
Sleeping police or something that in the UK they're called sleeping.
really?
Yeah, sleeping policemen or let's see if I can find.
That's adorable.
Yeah, in French they're called dodan, which kind of literally translates to a donkey's back, but the back, this part. Yeah,
A camel, maybe not. A donkey doesn't have. Do they have that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
It's called a
in each
donkey's
language,
back.
it's like a cute little different. Except in English, speed bump isn't that cute.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, in the UK it's English too.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like sleeping policeman or something. Let me check. Was that in this video?
That's adorable.
Continue
yeah.
talking all.
Yeah. So moon bumps with Moonbeam and Moondrake. I just felt everything was in the same thing, and it's more of a wrap than a shawl. It ended up being more like a shape of a wrap, and I'll unwrap it for you.
Yeah.
It's quite long. It took me 4 skein of 50 gram of Fuya Fuya, and then just 1 skein of the spin cycle, and you have quite a leftover. And with it, I did a little
Yes.
pom-pom, a little tassel
Tassels. Yeah.
that are different colors, which I quite like. And I'll show you where I began.
It's just so you know, it's Helen Sari in the UK says in the UK speed bumps are called sleeping policemen.
Adorable.
Yep.
So this is my beginning. And I do stripes using I-cord, so I will bind off and then pick up the stitches. So the fade actually goes this way instead of in other project the fade would go that way. And with my tail of one of the sides, can you just hold it so I can show the stripe? One of the tail of the side, I weave it in front to create a little dotted line that you see more in the darker shade here. So it's triangular. It's
Triangular?
pointy on both
Well,
sides.
it's like a parallelograms, right? Yeah.
No, they are up at the same
Yeah,
time.
but this is parallel. And
No, this
yeah,
is
it's still a parallelogram. I don't know.
okay, Matt.
Don't quote me
Imitation.
on don't quote me on that.
And then in the middle, it's long. So you get to. I'll just put it on. Like imagine this with like a really dark fade.
Mm-hmm.
She has really nice and moody colors.
Little lot.
With the fade all around. It is super squishy, super soft. I love how the colors disappeared at some places and peak at the other. This is totally optional, but I just felt like it was finishing up nicely. And
Yeah, you get to use the leftovers if you don't have enough for something else.
the little designer in me loved that this part has some more blue, so the pom pom has more blue, and this part is more brown. And I had a lot of brown left, which was just like I managed to use everything.
Aren't you clever?
I know. So it's finished. We still have to write the pattern. I wrote like mainly instruction what I did, but I need to figure it out how to properly do.
Properly word the instructions.
Yes. Or just what I'm saying right now, properly word it out too. And then it's gonna go into a testing phase, which is gonna be like 3 weeks to a month, and then it's gonna be released. So these are along.
Let's say 2 months.
Yeah, and all the projects you will see during the podcast are all things that I'm working or we're both working right now. Sometimes it can take up to 6 months to be released, just because sometimes life happens. There's a lot of things to get a pattern release. But I've been asked because people are excited for this one, which I'm really excited about, and Rachel too. If you go to Vogue Knitting, I think some of her yarn will be there, and she has this base that's going to be available. You need 4 skein and then 1 of the spin cycle, just in case you want to do it in the
4 skeins of the foua foua,
which
I
held double to create a really thick fabric and super squishy. And cashmere.
I mean, fancy,
super fancy. Love it. And Tanya is going to make another sample too. She has a really bright and vibrant color. So I cannot wait to see an opposite version of this one.
Yep.
So that was it.
That was
everything we made. 2 sweaters, 2 hats, 1 wrap.
Moonbumps with Moonbeam by Moondrake.
Yes.
So last episode, I said that I would finish Max's bag from the pattern is from Merchant and Mills, and I tried, but I think my machine is broken.
You went to the doctor today.
I brought it to the machine, to the sewing machine doctor today. He said it probably wasn't broken. He said it probably just was mise au point, tune-up, and he's going to be working on it. I have a machine that I didn't properly research that is kind of finicky. It's a Singer 1 Plus. It was like a special edition model or something. But apparently the computerized parts in it are super finicky, and I might have to buy another one.
Yes. No.
But I looked at a video online, and apparently the problem that I have is purely mechanical. It just needs a little bit of lubrication. It's not a computer problem. Because when I brought it, the first thing the guy said when he opened the box was like, oh, this one. I'm like,
But we did research. It's been a while since
yes, but
it's never been
it was
used for a while.
research. It had great reviews, but it like the computerized singer machines are not the best apparently.
Could you finish it with your grandma's singer?
No, because it's not. I don't think it works very well.
Well, it does the.
Yes, but that's not all you
Is
need.
that sewing?
Is that sewing? Needles goes up and down.
Because we have Vincent's grandma old singer.
Yeah,
is
like it's a
the
vintage.
desk.
It's a vintage singer machine. It has like its own thing. It's a manual machine with the pedal, the foot pedals that you go back and forth. But it also has a motor. So it was one of the first hybrid.
Where is the motor?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's why I'm also going to bring that machine to have it repaired and checked and tuned up to the machine doctor.
Because we've been using it as a decor
Yes.
object for the past
Because
8 years.
it's technically my sister's, but she moved away.
No, she gave it to us.
Hi.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.
And we have like a big poster, not a poster, a framed quote of Tim Gunn, which
Yes.
is "Make it work," just
Yes.
on top of it, and it hasn't worked for the past 8 years.
Well, I'm gonna bring it to the machine doctor.
But will you use it if you fix it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna sew like
Well, you have like
fun
the
stuff.
fully motorized, modern.
Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also have like the vintage with lots of memories sewing machine from my grandmother.
That's true. It's your
So let's go back to the bag. I managed to get a few steps done. And I sewed, well, I didn't show it. So is the lining. It looks like shit right now because it's just like the lining. Let's put it on the other side.
But is sewing the same thing where everything looks like shit until the final seam is there? There's no like width you could actually.
It doesn't look like shit, but
No, it's nice, but
it's
it's not
the
wonky.
fabric was a little bit too light. Sorry, too lightweight for maybe the lining, and you really don't see it. But this is the pockets. You can see, like, put your hand in it so that people can see the pockets. So it has like 3 pockets inside. It's gonna go on this side. I also had fun with my serger that I bought thanks to Jillian. Hi Jillian, I know you're watching while ironing. We talked today because I mentioned her in a story because we were at the retreat in the UK that we attended, the country house retreat organized by Carmen from A Yarn Story and Meta. And there we met Jillian, an Irish woman, a woman from Ireland. And we were talking about making your own clothes and stuff. And she mentioned she encouraged me to get a serger or an overlocker, I think it's called more in the US. And I think I bought one like the day we came back from the retreat or something, because I looked at the order date this weekend, and yeah, it was like the day after we came back or something. And so I redid I finished all of the seams here inside. Maybe, I don't know if you can see it. And then I went on doing the outer layer or outer thing. We have the little on the other side.
A little
official Harris Tweed. The official Harris Tweed label.
Stamp of approval.
It's still pinned on it because that was the part that I was gonna do when I realized the machine wasn't working anymore. And I should have done it before actually sewing everything together, but then I forgot about it. And if it doesn't work, I'm gonna sew it by hand. But I think what broke the machine is this little tab. Well, not broke, but made because it got it out of tune. I don't I don't know
Oh,
what
no,
to say
tune?
it. No, out of tune
Oh,
because it
okay.
needs a tune up. But because here you have like 6 layers of fabric or five, yeah, 6 layers of fabric, and I don't think the machine, being as
So our
old
machine,
and finicky as it is, I don't think it like that.
our machine wouldn't do great with unconventional material challenge in
No,
project. Okay,
no, I don't think so.
that's a shame.
Um, but I did finish the um, that I put the bottom part, and I'm very very proud of how it went.
Your round bottom.
My big round bottom. Apparently, the son of one of our watchers heard me say big round bottom. He was like,
Well, that's a cute
um,
word, so it's
yeah,
fine to repeat it over and
singing a
over.
song or something about big round bottoms. I also finished all of the seams with the serger. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yeah. So it looks very professional, very tidy. It won't fray. And yeah, so can't wait to finish it. I think the machine doctor, is going to call me. He said tomorrow or the day after, so it's going to be fairly quick. It's not super expensive too if it just needs.
Unplug in and replug it.
Did you reboot it? Did
Yeah.
you turn it off and on again? No, I think it's just a tune up and some greasing, and I didn't want to do it myself because I didn't want to break anything.
Yeah, it's better to.
Yes, and
You're
it's
still learning how to, so better
yes.
than how to fix it isn't as fun.
But
But just tell me what you did before, though, when you took everything apart. Where
oh
I wasn't
yes.
proud of you, but you were like, "Ooh, I did that." Yeah.
So I'm always super curious with things. I always like to take things apart and then put them back together. I don't know why I didn't become an engineer or something like that, but took out every screw. I was watching a video on YouTube, but it wasn't showing the screws and everything. So I took every screw out, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna remember where they go." But then every screw was different. It's not like it was the same screw for like all over. It
Yeah.
was like every section had a different screw of a different length or a different size. So I was like, oh, now I don't think I'm gonna remember them all, but I'm too far ahead. So let's just YOLO it. YOLO,
And it
YOLO,
worked.
and it worked. I put it back together. Every screw was accounted for in the right space, and it actually worked a little bit better after I plugged it back in, and then I kind of was able to sew, but it was still doing weird stuff. So I figured, let's just bring it to the doctor, and that's what I did this morning.
And since did you find any other screw that hasn't been put back in,
Nope,
or we're fine?
nope, we're fine.
Okay.
Yep. So that was it. Next time it's gonna finish. It's gonna be finished, hopefully, and maybe I'm gonna have a new machine.
Why am I? No, just make this one work. Um, my next whip is actually when we develop new colors, we always try to find a way of including it in a project to see how it goes. Like you just did the hat. When we release Remy's Peach, which was this summer,
This fall.
this fall,
Yeah.
I did a little brioche swatch to see how it will behave. So at the bottom we have a Twilight Sand, and the Remy's Peach is the peach color in the middle, surrounded by Betty's White, and on the back is Betty's White on Suri. I just did this little swatch to see how it was, and this was on my wall of swatches for a while. And I knew I wanted to do something because I like the squishiness of brioche and how fun it is to knit. And I wanted to try to do a big cowl. I don't know if it's gonna be something I'm releasing. It's just, yeah, that's your hair. I didn't find a stopper, so I just took your hair.
My hair is down today because
'cause
my hair tie is
it's
there.
just there.
No, I have many.
Um, I don't know if I'm gonna release it because it's those things where I just want to try out a shape and a garment to see how it works. It's a big tube of striped brioche, and I use this is Emma Stone. We have the white is Betty's white, and in the middle it's someone's bright idea. And
The Romy and Michelle's post-it notes or
it's a bright
something.
idea.
Yes.
It's just I wanted a way to what?
Romy and Michelle's.
Romy and Michelle.
Romy and Michelle's, yeah.
A movie that kids don't know.
Yes, well, it's, yeah. But they claim to have invented, in the movie, they claim to
Yeah.
have they go to their high school reunion and they claim to have invented the post-it notes. And so it's like that's it. That's because of that. Here you go.
So it's a big round circular brioche thingy. I have here a provisional cast on, and the thing that I had was to make it this length, to have it twisted, and then I would bind off in the back with a 3-needle bind off. I'll just twist it the other way so you can see. So you get the twist right in front with some little stripe there. It is really super squishy. I wanted to try out have something really close to the neck and big and
Yeah, I think
round.
I prefer those, but
Closer. Let's see if it stays.
stuff that's closer and it stays there.
Yeah. My plan is to do the bind off. Well, I'm gonna put these things back on another set of needle. Twist it. Put needles back here because they are on another project right now. And do what I really love to do now is a 3-needle I-cord bind off. So it's like a typical 3-needle bind off where you use stitches from both needle that you might have together, but you do an I-cord at the same time. Sounds complicated, but once you get it, it's really easy. And this one is going to be in the yellow at the end because sometimes you try to hide where you seam something, but I love when a seam is actually highlighted as a design element. And I think with this, we will actually do the last stripe, yellow stripe in this section. So that's my goal. This was just for fun, something a bit of mindless knitting, because once you get into the flow of knitting, the brioche in the round was quite easy to do, fun, extremely squishy.
Yeah.
And like I would do like a striped sweater.
Yeah, I've done a brioche sweater.
But do it with the Sari inside. That's what I love the most.
Yes.
Fluffy yarns are the best. Yeah, so that's I have here the gray that I've used.
BFL Twist DK. It's 100% superwash blue face Lister wool. It's very soft and it's a very round yarn twist. Yeah. Very fun base that we have.
I'm enjoying doing low contrast lately with the Moonbumps shawl. I love where it almost disappeared and then come back. So this is why I wanted to do something really pale, but that the yellow is the star of the show. So that's it. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what's gonna be.
What's gonna become of that?
Yeah. I'll bind it up. Maybe I'll just wear it for myself. Maybe I'll really set a pattern. Maybe it's gonna be a tutorial. Who knows? But that's how my mind works sometimes. There you go. In a pretty bag.
In a pretty bag. This is our 03 number 3's bag from Heidenhammer in our custom fabric. I think it's the first one, right? It's not. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the mock-up.
Yeah, that's the mock-up.
It's not
waxed.
waxed.
Yeah, waxed. We're you heard it here first. New from Hide and a Hammer had some of this fabric left, so we told her to
Use it all.
use it all. Make as many bags as she can with it. When we have them, we'll tell you.
It's gonna be in a while.
It's gonna be a while.
They still
But
have
in
to be
this
made.
bag,
Yep.
in this very cute bag, there is
A very cute project.
a
if I
very
could say so.
cute project, but a project that I'm starting to hate.
That is not my fault.
It's not the designer's fault. It's my fault because I'm a tight knitter, and that's it. So it's my single malt sweater.
The color is so good.
Yeah, we don't see it very well, but it's it's a Chris's spine green gone wrong. There was something when we mixed the dye. There was an extra like blue dye on the little thing, and it's a little bit more blue than it was supposed to. But I kept it for myself. Our studio right hand Lauriane really hates me for it because she loves this color. But I figured I'll keep it to myself. I have 9 skeins of British Aran, and I figured I would make a single malt sweater. I don't know what happened, where I measured, but my yoke is too small. It's not deep enough. And my gauge is a little bit tighter than it's supposed to, even after it's been blocked. So it's on the short side, and I've redone the sleeve twice already, so that's my second sleeve. But it's the first one, but I've done it twice. I ripped out the first one because it was too small, and this one is still, I use bigger needles, and it's still a bit too small. It's not blocked, but I'm figuring out it's too small. So my plan,
And
because
you're
I
sitting
don't
on
want
the couch next to me, who has done 2 sweater of this pattern. One while I was designing it, and the second one
yes.
that are perfectly fitting. Just saying.
Yes, it's not, like I said,
Yeah.
it's not the pattern's fault, it's my fault. But I don't know what happened. The yoke is really too small for me, and it's not.
Did you?
I probably
you
measured
were
that
making
in the back.
one size and they made the other one.
I don't know what happened. I think I was gonna make size. No, I was making size 4, but now I'm gonna put the sleeve on hold. Like, I'm gonna cut the sleeve off. Sorry, I'm gonna cut the sleeve off. I'm gonna try and keep it to graft it later on, if at all possible. I'm gonna go back to where you split the sleeves and the yoke, and I'm just gonna continue, and I'm gonna add more sleeve, and I'm gonna deepen the yoke. That's the plan. I will go back to the yoke, lengthen it, rework the sleeves, and hopefully in 2 episodes it's gonna be done. That's my goal. Let's do that. 2 episodes.
So it's gonna be only whip.
No, I'm gonna have another whip.
Because that's still a lot of knitting. It goes quite fast.
Yes. No, I did the sleeve in like 1 day.
That's true, but it has bad karma right now.
Yes.
For you.
But
so
2 episodes gives me like 2 weeks. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
There you go. I can do it. Can I do it? Please leave a comment encouraging me.
I'll just say don't put too much pressure on you to finish it in that amount of time if it already had bad karma. Because I don't want you to finally hate the designer after that.
Well, I'm gonna leave it at that. Well. So that's it. See you in 4 weeks.
Speaking of ripping out,
yes. Let's talk about
what I did
ripping.
this weekend. I've ordered a sweater quantity of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter new color, which is Cadet.
Yes.
It's
Cadet.
Cadet. It's this blue that is as intense as you see right now in real life. And I've actually figured out why my thing didn't work. Um, I was planning to do, it's a Gerald Flood design. I think it's forked. I'm not sure, but it's a bottom-up sweater which has
Elbow patches
on it.
Yeah.
Really nice sweater, and I thought that having this design in this yarn would be amazing. It's bottom up. I did the tubular cast on and did 3 inches of 1x1 ribbing. Then I started the pattern, and the pattern is like a checkered with knits and pearl. Really nice, but with this yarn, and I made a mistake. This yarn, it's like it doesn't catch the white light. It can catch shadows, but no highlights. So I wasn't able to see the difference in the pattern. Because I've seen this design in really dark shades, and you see black and white. But this one, I feel like the palest version, the palest it catches is dark blue. So weird, but I think that's why. So I couldn't see the detail as much. And then I made a mistake like a lot of rounds before. So I decided to change my mind. I'm gonna do that pattern one day because I love it. And the original pattern is in olive green, which was like, totally me. But I wanted to try out a blue pattern, a blue sweater, because this is totally outside my comfort zone. But I'm so obsessed with this color that I think I could rock a sweater out of it.
Yeah.
I've decided to go and see at other pattern by Jared Floods because I really want to do a pattern from them that use shelter, so you get the exact fit as they propose. And they re-released the My First Raglan sweater, so I think I'm gonna do this one instead and mix it with mats that I did for my Gold Star sweater. So it's gonna be a adapted, but I'm gonna do the really big raglan, which I really love, and I think as something really simple where the color shines is the right way to go with this one.
Yes,
that's what I'm thinking.
Make it big enough for me, please.
I will. It's gonna be a for us sweater.
Yay!
The thing is, because otherwise I had nothing else on my needles, and since I'm flying soon, I wanted some mindless knitting. And stuck in that stitch.
That flight is like an hour and 10 minutes.
No, I mean for chatting and like retired at the hotel and everything. Just like that was the goal. Because otherwise, I didn't want to start a pair of socks and just have the one sock syndrome. I don't know. Look, I do what I want.
Yes.
It's so nice. The color, I cannot wait. I did the Blue Star cowl, which was featuring this color surrounded by white and grays, and I loved it so much, so I really want to have a sweater. So that's the goal, and we'll see how far I get.
How many episodes?
Yeah, and we'll see if I actually knit in New York or if we just like walk around, which I hope. I'm excited for New York. Did I tell you?
I'm staying here.
Yeah, with the dog.
With
you
Lola.
Can watch all the horror movies you want.
Yes. So at the same time as this video is going to be released, or about the same time, we're going to put the new colorways that we showed last time on the website. All the bases, 9 bases per color, 4 colors, so 36 new possibilities.
There's only 2 colors you haven't seen today, because I made a hat with the pink, you made another hat with the other red.
Well, I'm going to show the pink. So like, I brought like 3 examples for each color. So you have the one on the British base, which is non-superwash, and then this is the ecru base, the superwash, and then that's a fluffy base. So that's Kirby's pink, the first colorway. And then we showed this one too, which is Nick's Current Obsession. Again, on the British base, the ecru base, and the Sari. We're gonna have all the bases like mohair, and fingering, Aaron, everything. And then in the other two colorways, you have...
Ooh, not in the drink.
Not in the drink. You have Lorianne's Sage Advice. So it's it's a little sage green, pale one on the British base, the ecru base here, and then the fluffy base. That. And then the last one is called Ellie's Childhood Home. And it's a dark teal. And you have it here on the British base, on the ecru base, and on fluffy Sari. There we go. So those are all the colorways. I'm going to try and put those three together. There we go.
I'm coming back.
So all of those colorways, all the bases, all of those colorways, all the bases, they're going to be on the website.
They're not going to be one-off. They're going to be new colors.
Yeah, they're going to be in the main collection forever.
Forever. You can expect design in this color for sure, in the new Sage
and
for sure.
I love this one. And I'm actually, we talked about me having another whip for next episode. I'm gonna make a Kangas shawl.
You want the
BFL Twist DK and then the pink one as well. So in all 4 new colorways, the Kangas shawl is a shawl by Alex Birds. Not Birds, there's no plural. Alex Bird. It's in her new book, Traditions Revisited. It features a lot of Estonian-inspired knitting techniques. And the Kangas shawl is garter stitch shawl with braids. They have a name. They're not Latvian braids, but they're another type of braids. And the original sample in the pattern is just one color with just like tiny bits of a second color for the braids.
She made it with Moira's black.
No, it was a Harry suit or Louis Shade. And Lyra's hat. Yep. Those colors are typically Estonian, I was told, or Estonian inspired. But she also she had the same base in her stash in 4 different colors, and she made a 4-color version, color blocked version, inspired by one of the testers. So I decided to make one because I've been wanting to make one for a while, and I decided to use the 4 new colors. So that's going to be my...
It's like they were designed to go together.
Right? So that's going to be my other whip. So 4 new colors. So there's going to be quantities in each bases, but there's going to be 1 less for this base. Because I'm stealing those. It's my right.
Look at you stealing stuff. Like
yes.
You were me stealing stuff from the
shop.
Yeah.
From the
wall. Otherwise, we're also going to have kits for this sweater, which are
yes.
already live. There's kits for this one, which are these 3 colors.
Yeah. You have... you need 4 to 7 skeins of the main color, and then 1 skein of the color where you want in this part here. And then you need 1 or 2 skeins of this one, depending on the size.
Because you use a lot for the cuff and the rolled collar.
Yeah.
But otherwise, this one could be just one. It has
so
a little collar on the side too. So that's the original one.
Yeah.
Then you have yours.
Mine is this one. No, this one goes there. So that's Minnie's wheat for the first part, color, and then that. And then you have the accent color is natural, and then the main color is Carmen's Story.
We've also made one that would be my choice all the time. It's a black and white version, which is a natural.
No, actually, Meredith's is the put at the collar.
Oh, it's a... Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, yeah. Meredith's gray, then natural, and then Mora's black for the whole bottom.
Look at how black it is. So good. So good.
I challenge you, Fiona, to make this one.
Actually, one of the testers, Logan, hi Logan.
Yeah, did a black and white.
Made a black, gray, and white one. Not with this kit, but if you want to see kind of what it looks like, it's really beautiful. It's striking. Yep.
And I've knit a lot of things with Mora's black on this base, and it's a good black. Love it.
And then the last one was actually selected by 2 testers independently. So we figured it was a good kit to make. So it's natural again, and then you have Vanilla's Ice Blue on, it kind of looks green, but it's an icy blue. And then you have Chris's Pine Green for the main color. And then 2 testers chose that. New from Heidenheimer tested it. And then Nickisnit, I think on Instagram, selected that also. And yeah, it's a really good kit.
And we can tease you a little something. Do we have the... We picked out the date, right? Or did we? No. Anyway, I'm going to tease a little bit because we're not going to be able to see the whole detail because I'm just going to show it here. Do subscribe to our channel. That would be nice. Thank you.
Yes. Here.
And do subscribe to our newsletter. This is where we're going to send all the information for the date. And if you want to be the first to be updated and keep in touch with us.
The newsletter is the best way to get the information first.
Yep. And Instagram too, but newsletter is more personal.
We'll have a link down below.
We're going to be back with our Mysterious Club, which is a sock club that lasts for 3 months. Each month you will receive a sock set. So you're going to have a 100 gram of finger weight yarn plus a 20 gram mini. They all match together. And 1 enamel pin and 1 progress keeper. And in my early career, I was an illustrator. So it's all featuring illustration that I've done.
Yes, and for those who haven't seen one club first,
This is our 3rd iteration, 4th?
It's the 4th club. We did Forest.
Yeah, it's Forest.
Forest, Manor, Mountain, and now...
It's going to be Mysterious Sea. And this was a suggestion by someone on Instagram, I think. And I just felt like, ooh, that's a nice idea. So I have the little postcard. I'll just show it from the back so you don't totally see exactly what it is. But you get a hint of the color palette for the next one.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, what's that? What's that?
So it's going to be Mysterious Sea.
Yes.
Seas? No, we went to
Mysterious Sea.
Mysterious Sea.
Yeah.
So each month it's going to be inspired by our character you find on the illustration. All the details will be announced later on, but this is just a little teaser because I finished illustration. We got it printed out. I was so
happy with it. And and just so you know, Needles at the Ready, Ray and Kevin said they wouldn't buy any yarn except for a Les Garçons club. So
Which is like the biggest compliment we could ever. If you're on a yarn diet and this is the only thing you allowed yourself, it's really nice. Thank you guys. It's really cute. And time frame when
it's gonna be sold, I would say in 2 weeks
from now.
No, 1 week from now.
Okay.
So there won't be another announcement in the next episode. It's going to be between episodes. So it's going to be 1 week from when this episode is published. So we are around February 10, so it should be around February 17. Yeah. Okay. So Friday, February 17 or 18, I don't know. Around that time, they're going to go on sale. Then the first club is going to ship. The first installment is going to ship about 4 weeks after that. Yeah. So we get time to dye it up. To order everything, to dye everything for the first month. and then it's gonna be one, like, each time about a month in between installments, about 15 of each month. Stuff happens. Sometimes it might get shipped sooner or later, about a week sooner or later. We'll keep you up to date if you
But you
buy
will
it.
get it during the month for sure.
Yes,
This has never been an issue.
if you buy it, we'll keep you updated. And yeah, it's always a super fun club. People get it and make socks, or they keep it and then they make
big shawls,
a big project out of it. You get three at the end. You get 3 skeins and 3 minis, so you get almost 4 skeins, 360 grams. Yeah, so it's a
perfect project for both of us to be creative at the same time.
Yeah,
because you're part.
Well, you designed the illustration and everything. I give my 2%.
Your freaking 2% is just here.
Yes.
Annoyingly there.
But it needed to be there, right?
Yes.
0% if not for my 2%.
No.
Yes.
Nope. Not good at math, but that's not how it works.
Someone told me that comment was super funny. Yep. So I stand by it.
So just a little teaser.
Yes.
Newsletter is the best way to do a follow-up. If you had one before, thank you. It's similar to the other one we have, because we'll just love putting Mysterious in front of a theme and then see what we came up.
And the colors usually end up coming in the in the
if
main
you like
collection.
what you see, this is something you would
get,
and it will develop into a further.
We should have shown like how Mysterious Manor became like these 2 colorways, and this one as well. So the Remy's Speech and Edith's Butler, and this was from Mysterious Manor, and then we're gonna have, and this was from the Mysterious Box. So yeah, it's lots of fun.
It's lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
So that's it for us today.
Yes, we're gonna go make chicken in the air fryer. Oh, she woke up when I said chicken.
Chicken?
Chicken?
That's Lola's favorite word, chicken. She thinks everything, because she thinks I'm the one who's making her talk, just so you know. And it's weird, because at home we both speak French, but our dog will speak in English, the voice that she has, that no one gave her, that's the voice she has. And when we were to the UK and we saw some birds flying around, they suddenly decided to speak French. So I think that animals speak the other language that you speak. What?
You're crazy.
You thought that was cute.
You're crazy.
I know, but if you love me, you'll do it.